Welcome back to Championship Court. Dominic Catalano, Chad Edwards here with you. The Bay Area Breakers taking on the DC Pickleball Club. Chad, good women's doubles matchup here. Some faces and names you may not know, but you're going to know really quick here between the two teams. Radzikowska and Summers taking on Bates and Paolicelli. Chad, thoughts on this one early on before it gets going?
Yeah, I think for DC to have a chance in this one, we did see them in their first match this morning, that they have to clean up some of the mistakes that they made early on this morning. They made an adjustment in their second round match, but I think for Bates and Paolicelli, they have to play some clean pickleball. Radzikowska and Summers, they've been consistent in their first two. Bay Area Breakers coming into this one 2-0, DC 1-1.
Yeah, and so we are kind of taking a look at the court behind us too. This pool is being played out right now on the court behind us as the Black Diamonds are playing Columbus. And then on Championship Court, it is DC taking on Bay Area. Bay Area, like you said, Chad, 2-0. But if DC can pull this out, they have a good chance of moving on to the playoff round, the quarterfinals. Bay Area, if they win, they're sitting pretty at 3-0, almost looking for a bye coming out of pool play or group play.
Yeah, the way these pools are laid out, if you win 3, you're guaranteed to be through.
Yes.
You've got to win at least 2.
Looks like we are just about ready to go here on Championship Court.
All right, now from your DC Pickleball team, we have team owner Tellez. Al, how are you feeling ahead of your matchup here on Championship Court?
We couldn't be more excited. I know we're going to bring it.
Very short and sweet. How are you?
So it is, Chad, it's a little breezy in here. As we were out on Grandstand Court earlier, the wind started to pick up almost at around 10:30, 11 o'clock. Made things a little tricky, and now on Championship Court seems to be swirling in here.
Well, especially in here with the cover over it, and then you've kind of got open areas between the bleachers. As it's coming in, like you said, it swells in the court and then goes out. We started the morning off extremely chilly, then the sun came out, and then the wind picked up.
We are ready to go. Summers to serve to start. Oh, that wind right there on cue. Paolicelli with the miss hit on the return, doesn't go anywhere, and then the wind just knocks it down.
Using the conditions to your advantage right there. Oh, and again, I think Radzikowska is going to have to make that adjustment. It's going to be difficult to reach into the kitchen for those balls. You're better off letting it bounce and then creating an angle off of those. They're getting pushed down so much.
Next one better go to her. Good finish there from Paolicelli, and a very good start here early for DC.
Yeah, it's different than what we saw them on Grandstand Court this morning.
Ball stays in the corner right there for Summers. A little long there from Bates on the forehand. Again, thinking that wind might knock it down, it doesn't.
Yeah, rolled it again. So that's the second one from Summers. She's not hitting that roll extremely hard. She's using more spin, making it look like that ball's going to float out and then dropping in the back of the court.
Summers trying to step into that one, but again, may have hung up in the window a little too long.
The gets by Paolicelli right there. Defensive specialist just getting balls back, but has the ability to create some power with that 1-2 combination that we saw earlier. Good job from Bates moving that ball around.
Got caught right there in the left foot. Good ball there from Radzikowska. Bates changed up her dinks, right? She went to the left foot and then to the inside right foot of Radzikowska, kind of having her not set, creates a hole in the middle.
Yeah, the ball caught the line. A little bit of a miss hit help there for Summers, catching it just off the end of the paddle, a little bit of edge guard.
Like that ball right there from Bates, as she saw that Summers was not moving in on that. Keeps her back, forces the error. Back to a 2-point lead for DC.
Bates catching that one a little late. Ball almost behind that right hip. It's hard to roll when that ball's so far behind. And then a miss serve there from Summers.
Just no one seems to want to pull away here to start this match.
Yeah, good spot. Paolicelli recognizing that Radzikowska is having to run back out of the kitchen after that ball from Bates just dribbled over the net, went back behind her into the body.
Backhand dink from Bates. Good patience there you see from Bay Area, as they've been wanting to speed a lot up, but slowed that down to work a good point.
Nice angle there for the finish. Bates setting up that angle with the first ball through the middle, pinching them in, and then able to go out wide.
Nice job by Bates going again outside and inside. That seems to be working for them right now. Chad, Bay Area down by 4. Anything they need to change up here on the end change?
I would like to see Bay Area be a little bit more aggressive. Like, take that last point, for example. There are a couple of balls that we call kind of like dead dinks, where they just sit up and they're right there in front. Those are your times that you can speed a ball up into the body, or even a softer roll that Summers has done a few times head high that you think is going out but drops in, just to give different looks. You know, if you're not putting a whole lot of pressure on, and you know, I don't feel like Bates and Paolicelli are kind of scared of anything right now. They're not worried about a speed up. They're allowing Bates to move the ball around. So I think at this point you're down by 4. You've just switched ends. You're going into the wind a little bit more now. For Radzikowska and Summers, take a couple of chances here.
All right, let's see what adjustments they do make on the end change. But it's all DC right now, up 11-7 in the ever so important women's doubles matchup.
I'm okay with the first one. I think she's got to do a little bit more with that first poach, but she got stuck after that forehand, opening up the backhand.
Good angle there from Radzikowska as Bates trying to slow that down, drop that back in, but nothing she can do on this angle here.
But that was all started from the Summers speed up. I think they might challenge that one. Nope. That ball missing just deep.
Good start here on the end change for Bay Area. Trying the around the post is Bates, and it's a 4-0 lead, or 4-0 run, excuse me, for Bay Area here to start. Check out that close call you guys have on screen.
Good setup there again from Summers. So now she's taking some chances. They're calculated risks. Good speed up there, kind of jamming Bates. She's not able to do much with it, and then getting the next ball down.
Forcing here a timeout, Chad, from DC, because as we were said, it was 11-7. Bates and Paolicelli and DC with the lead on the end change, but it's a 5-0 run from Radzikowska and Summers, forcing the timeout. What are they talking about in the huddle here as DC has given up 5 and the lead?
Well, I think for Bay Area, continue with the aggression that gave them this run right now. For DC, now you have to switch your focus. You were controlling it, but now Bay Area is starting to be a little bit more aggressive. Look for the counterattacks. Expect every ball to come hard. If they hit a ball from down up, attack it. If that ball is starting to come up and down, we see Lee and Annalie Waters courtside, checking out some of the action before Annalie starts their pool play tomorrow with the Premier.
So as we come back in from this timeout, Rachel Summers to serve, and Bay Area up by 1. There by Radzikowska as she saw an opening in the middle, and out of the corner of her eye just flips that ball with the two-hander down the middle, and they continue their run here.
Yeah, so you just saw Bates going cross-court, not coming back fully to the middle.
That's exactly what Bates and Paolicelli need to do. How do you counter their pace? Give it right back to them. Stop sitting on your heels and playing defense. Now you got to flip it and be offensive here. job by Bates. You watch her right there, Chet. Get this paddle, as you'll see on this replay. Watch her get this paddle out in front early and punch this down. No backswing, just straight down. Just long off the tape. Good point there for DC, I think, Chad.
Yeah, and Paolicelli had a ball there that she potentially could have sped up, but what she did was just hit a deeper, more penetrating dink that forced them to try to pull out something that wasn't quite there.
Bait ball, a little bit right there, as it was baited for Paolicelli to speed that up, and Summers all over it.
14-14. Come on, let's go.
I like that from Radzikowska. Yo, she has that extensive tennis background.
15-14.
They're tied up again here at 15.
I'm going to correct myself on it's Radzikowska, but I'm looking on the back of her shirt and it's
That's a good overhead there from Bates down the middle. Got a lot on that, and they regain a 1-point lead.
16-15.
Good ball from Summers there. Again, that little bit of a dead dink where it's just sitting up in the middle of the kitchen, a little bit above the knees, gets underneath it. Quick flick, quick roll.
That's such a good two-hander there from Radzikowska. And now they take a 1-point lead.
17-16.
No one wanting to pull away here.
Good move. And smart there from Radzikowska. She didn't try to step in and take that ball. She knew Summers was back behind her, as we see right there, to get that ball down. Another good spot. That's the second time she's caught Bates not fully covering the middle. Paolicelli slides to the line to protect that. Bates needs to take at least one more step there. Right foot, center line.
Oh, nice ball from Bates as she had Summers. That was her issue, as she was sprinting up as Bates is hitting this. Bates sees that and goes right foot right past her.
17-19.
Now it is 2017. Bay Area will now be frozen on 20. Bates and Paolicelli will freeze when they get to 18. Side out scoring for Bay Area right now. Just like that, we are all frozen. Side out scoring for the remainder of this match.
18-20.
Oh, it's on the line.
Oh, that was in. Paolicelli throws the changeup in there, Chad. Bates allows Paolicelli to come in there and hit the off speed, and it changed everything up. Summers into the net. Much earned point for Bates and Paolicelli.
Yeah, and one thing to note with Bates' overheads right there, those balls are bouncing on the kitchen line. In order to do that, she's hitting it straight down. Well, it takes away a lot of the pace that way.
Too many times to the well Chad by Radzikowska trying to flip middle.
Yeah, she didn't quite open up the middle enough right there. There was still coverage from Paolicelli and Bates. So I would have liked to see one more ball, probably out wider to the backhand to draw Bates away from the middle before that. Bates not too happy with herself after missing that one in the net.
They do answer though and tie it up at 20. No game point anymore for Bay Area. And right on cue, they will have their second game point here, 21-20.
Yeah, Paolicelli's just caught standing straight up on that one.
Was just on her heels there, Chad, as she tried to hit that. And it is a 22-20 victory for Bay Area here in women's doubles to start off, Chad.
Yeah, good back and forth battle right there with DC going up early, but Bay Area able to change up their strategy and kind of take advantage of being a little bit more aggressive on that after that end change and the wind into their face.
So a good and ever so important victory for Bay Area in women's doubles. We know how important that women's doubles matchup is to get on the board first and take a 1-0 lead here in group play. But we're going to throw it down sideline. Cam, you're with our victors.
I am. Eva, we saw you at 8 a.m. this morning. It was freezing in here. It's a little bit warmer, but the wind is still swirling. A little bit of a slower start on, they say, the bad side. How much did the end change help you too?
You know what, I actually like conditions like that. You know, it makes play a little bit more entertaining. I used to hate playing in wind, and my college coach told me that you need to learn how to use it to your advantage, and that stuck with me for the rest of my life, so I'm loving it.
And you guys you came back, we're looking strong out there. They started to come back. In those tight moments, what are you talking about to close out this match?
Honestly, we're just like, make the thirds. When we have match point, just make the third, make them beat us. And that's just push through.
There you have it, Bay Area Breakers up 1-0. We'll be right back with men's doubles. Don't go anywhere.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Ora Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of Major League Pickleball.
Oh my good Lord, what a feeling. All of this joy I've been stealing. We all need someone that can make us believe. So call me a man on a mission. I'm guilty by my own admission. Locked up but I break free. No chains could ever take me. Can't stop, won't stop, don't stop now.
Back here in Mesa, Arizona. Check out the remainder of our schedule for today on Championship Court. Next matchup coming at you at 4 p.m. local time. The Brooklyn Aces taking on the Atlanta Bouncers. So that matchup will be here next after Bay Area finishes up here with DC. Take a look at Pro XR Pickleball booth. Those guys in there supporting Chicago Slice. Ray J. Murphy in there talking paddles, as he usually does at tournaments with all these guys. But check out all the sponsors here. We get ready for men's doubles now. Bay Area in the driver's seat, Chad. What are you looking for out of this matchup with Pablo Tellez and Christian Alshon taking on Querrey and Auvergne?
So I feel for Bay Area, this is a dangerous combination. Tellez, very crafty, especially on the forehand side. Alshon, we've already seen the flashes that he can bring to the court. Querrey, in my mind, has to be more aggressive in this, especially from what we saw from him earlier this morning.
Firefight to start off, Chad. If this is any indication how this match is going to go, we're going to have some fun here on Championship Court.
Oh, the little inside-out flick right there. Show backhand, drop the paddle head under, flick the forehand.
Querrey, good job right there. He got jammed up too, paddle on the hip, but a good block.
1-2.
That's a good ball there from Auvergne, is tempting Alshon to try and flip that on the forehand.
Do I want to say same guy right there, missing the serve into the net? Oh, back-to-back missed serves.
A win behind Alshon and Tellez on the top of your screen.
3-3.
Nice drive with some heavy topspin from Querrey right there, causing a miss hit from Tellez.
Yeah, that was increased by hitting into the wind as well, just dropping down right when it got to Tellez. I think Bates is going to get called for little interference there on the sideline. Screamed out that the point was 1 and over before Tellez even hit the ball.
So it's going to be a hinder on the bench of DC. So it'll be a side out to Tellez.
It's just a precedent. No, I know. You want the point, you can have it. I want it.
Nice.
It's a great drop right there. Beautiful drop.
Little bit of chirping there from Tellez.
That started by Querrey with a nice backhand roll to get those balls popped up right there.
Yeah, and compared to what we saw this morning, he is being more aggressive, taking some risks.
See, that's the difference I'm seeing him right now. He pinched the middle to try and attempt to go get that ball that dropped. He didn't get it, but he's looking for that now.
Good talk. I know what you were going to say.
This is not a good pull.
That's not a good option right there.
No.
That ball set up, but he just went straight for body.
That's a nice poach by Sam Querrey right there. Guys, he's starting to feel a little more comfortable on the court, and we're seeing it from 8 o'clock this morning to right now at 3 o'clock. The improvement already in the touch, the feel for the game. He's starting to feel it right now. I like it.
Yeah, good aggression there from Auvergne and Querrey. Not too sure who hit that last ball, if it was Auvergne or Querrey, but they both had the paddle there at the same time. This is a good run from DC right here. Tellez and Alshon not having any answer for it for the aggression and power from Auvergne and Querrey.
Yeah, nice little backhand roll by Alshon in the middle. Finally needed to get back on the board there. 1 point away are DC from an end change. Big put away there from Querrey as we'll change ends here. 11-6 lead for the DC Pickleball team. Watch this replay here. Auvergne setting up Querrey with the two-hander for the put away. And that's a nice job by DC to jump out to this lead. You check out the head-to-head win probability powered by Duper. It's as close as it's really going to get here, Chad. 54% to 46, and it is pretty evenly matched so far.
Yeah, and we've seen these matchups kind of throughout the MLPs. When it's that close, it's really hard to predict which direction it's going to go. You know, some of the ones that we've seen the occasional 60-40, you know, 65-35 kind of deal. But this one here, I think Tellez and Alshon, now that they're going into the wind, different game plan.
5-point lead here for DC as we come back in on the end change. And again, Chad, I don't like that decision right there from Alshon. He tries to keep that lower, but the ball's already sitting so low.
I'm okay with it if he uses his legs. He stood straight up on that one.
Yes, come on, right.
And Tellez and Alshon just not quite in rhythm right now. They're pressing, trying to do a little too much.
That's a good forehand from Alshon. And he needs a couple more like that to get back into a rhythm here. But I like exactly what you said, Chad. It seemed to be pressing a little bit.
Good reach in from Querrey right there. That ball floated up just enough. Quick backhand flick, and Auvergne there for the finish.
Nice angle there from Alshon. Just big reach. And then, like you're showing me, Chad, here, is he rolls that over beautifully with the wrist. Still a 6-point lead here for DC, though. Look at
big man go.
Footwork from Sam Querrey there, jumping that sideline. Catch this on the replay. Big right step.
Oh, it's hand. Yeah.
All right, might have been hand, wrist, elbow, chest. As Auvergne says, he goes, hit me in the chest.
Oh, Auvergne created the opportunity right there, but got too big with the backswing. Tellez has to be careful with the amount of wrist he uses on that. Good step-in drive from Alshon. Querrey catching that one behind the right hip. I think there's a slight hesitation there of whether he's going to take it with Auvergne coming forward.
Now, I like the setup from Alshon on that point. He had a forehand roll drop that set everything up for him, but unfortunately off the tape, and it allowed DC to get back in. As you see Anna Lee and Lee Waters watching closely.
Good ball there from Alshon. Auvergne getting a little bit on top of that forehand topspin. I mean, like you mentioned before, Dom, Querrey looking much more comfortable on the court right now. Oh, he hesitated on the move. It was a good setup ball from Querrey. Auvergne just hesitated. Wasn't able to get that one out in front. Oh, get out.
Oh, no way. What a ball from Alshon.
But that's a reverse forehand right there. He flicks the paddle over.
No look almost, too. Watch him completely turn his body.
Over. Yeah.
Beautifully done by Christian Alshon. Here comes Bay Area. Back now within 2 with Alshon serving. DC had all the momentum. Not anymore.
Nice deep spinning serve there from Alshon. And that's how quickly a game can change with rally scoring.
And now we have a timeout from DC. I mean, a good timeout. Obviously, you're trying to slow that momentum down, but I might have taken it 1 or 2 points earlier as you felt that momentum. They do take it now. They still do have a lead. They get the side out. They go back up by 2. If they give up a point, obviously, we're tied here. What are you talking to in the huddle of DC right now, Chad, trying to tell them?
Well, I don't think DC's not playing bad right now. Let Tellez and Alshon back into it. I do think that they've kind of let a few balls get too deep. Potentially not anticipating that Alshon and Tellez are going to speed the ball up. Do we take a look at court 2?
It's Columbus up 18-15, and they are down 2-0 to Utah. So Columbus needs this one to stay alive and force the second mixed doubles match.
Yeah, again we see there Querrey and Auvergne both catching those balls kind of level with the hips. Alshon and Tellez really applying the pressure. Yeah, it looked like he was going to flick it down the line, and then he changed his mind and tried to go back cross court.
I almost thought he was going to flick it middle.
Yeah.
The middle almost seemed open too, but yeah, like you said, Chet, he changed his mind.
Nice drop there from Querrey. Tellez letting that ball get deep again. Needs to drop that left foot back, open the hips, give himself some space.
These boys getting a little tight right now.
Yeah, we see it from Querrey as well. It's hard not to play tight here in this situation, but to find a way to stay loose.
Oh, Tellez coming in hot, but see the paddle way back. Let it get really low, has to hit up on it, hits it long. We're all frozen here. Rally scoring from here on out, but it's match and game point here for DC.
Yeah, good spot from Tellez. We saw Querrey kind of lean toward the middle a little bit. Tellez bringing that back center of the body.
Good job by Auvergne, Chad, stepping in and getting on top of that, yes?
Yeah, and he made his adjustment there. We saw him get a little too big with the swing. That one, it's short. The elbow never goes behind the body.
It's another game point here for DC.
I almost want to see Querrey take a step to the middle on that one. Hard for Auvergne to come back and cover as much as he was trying, especially with the pace he put on the ball.
A little short there from Tellez, just didn't finish. It'll be game point number 3 here for DC, trying to tie this up at 1 game apiece. He saw the middle on the one, but he clipped the tape, and DC will take this first game 21, or the second game, excuse me, 21-18 to even it up. What was the difference at the end there, Chad, for DC?
Well, you know, Bay Area tried to make a little bit of a run coming back to 18, but DC was able to make their adjustment and shorten their swings up a little bit, anticipate the power coming from Tellez and Alshon, and ultimately able to keep the ball down. That was the big difference for them after cutting it a little close.
We'll shoot it down to Cameron Blackwood, who is with Stefan, Auvergne, and Sam Querrey.
Stefan, you're going up against a very fiery team with Christian and Pablo over there, but how are you able to neutralize it and come out with the win?
I mean, I knew that was going to happen, so I trusted my hands to just beat them in those points and don't let them catch fire, which they almost did, but we got lucky and we really held it down.
And Sam, you're really honing in on your pickleball game, but talk about the hard transition you have from tennis over to pickleball.
Yeah, you know, I always say it's like you can get good pretty quick. It's hard to go to that next level. Stefan's been like a huge help in that, kind of coaching me along the way, and we played great there. We had a lead, they kind of grinded their way back, and then we did a good job of finishing at the end.
There you have it. It's 1-1 now. We are heading into mixed doubles. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I'll give you something, make you shake it, shake it. You better get yourself ready, 'cause I'm about to do my thing. Oh, hey, hey. I'm sitting from the ground, now I'm dancing on the half rise. Oh, hey, hey. I'm turning on the dime, now I'm flipping on the upside, upside, upside. I'm turning on the dime, now I'm flipping on the upside.
Match point. It's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
At From with Pickleball, we believe in the power of our sport to unite a community. We have introduced hundreds of people to pickleball by funding a 10-court public facility in our hometown with leagues and lessons to make everyone feel valued. We take that same approach to our business with personalized customer service and same-day shipping from our huge inventory. When you order from with Pickleball, you're supporting a small business and a diverse community of pickleball fanatics. We have the gear you need and the service you can trust.
Just like my mama said, hard times and the good way that you're born. Hustler, when the world wants you to sing
Tree. 2.6 carbs and 95 calories.
Checking out what a view here from Legacy Sports Park here, or Belknap Park at Legacy Sports.
Belknap
on Championship Court with a look and a view of CC2 as they're going to a fourth and final game in mixed doubles. 21-19 victory for Columbus in that first mixed doubles matchup to stay alive. But we're back here on Championship Court. Bay Area and DC here at Bell Bank Park. Radzikowska and Tellez will be on the bench first, and it looks like Summers and Alshon will be out for Bay Area to start. We'll see, it looks like a Paolicelli Querrey team going against Summers and Alshon. Chad, thoughts on this matchup? Again, we've seen Querrey and Paolicelli earlier, and we saw just a little hesitation from Querrey in mixed doubles trying to take over. Are you thinking or seeing anything different that's going to make this a different matchup for them?
Yeah, I like the adjustments that he made in men's doubles right there. But like you said, one of the things that we saw earlier this morning is Querrey was worried about getting beat out wide to the left. So he was kind of leaving the middle open a little bit too much, or leaving it for Paolicelli to try to cover. Like to see him get big here, really put the pressure on in the middle. Paolicelli is going to keep you in the point for a long time. Summers, a little lapse in concentration there, missing the first serve into the net.
Side out quick to DC. And no look forehand does not work the second time for Alshon.
Yeah, and I was going to say on the flip side for Bay Area, Alshon has to try to stay in that controlled chaos.
Alshon baited her into that, almost like a half speed up from Paolicelli, and Bay Area on the board.
But that's where Alshon has to play right there. He can't try to match hands with Querrey unless he's open the middle first.
From Alshon as he was just waiting for Paolicelli to slow one up.
Yeah, and the issue there is Paolicelli is going out wide to Summers each time, doesn't get Querrey involved.
And that's going to be an issue right there, because Summers is going to look to attack from her position if Paolicelli or Querrey leave a ball up. Looks like Christian Alshon dialed in now, immediately coming back after losing the men's doubles match with partner Tellez, and they're now out to a 4-2 lead.
Good spot there from Querrey, going right at the right foot of Alshon, stuck in the transition area. Looked like it kind of slid on the court, didn't quite come up enough.
Nice leave there from Querrey. Self-defense, self-preservation.
Yeah, that was just protecting your face, trying to get out of the way as fast as you can.
Up in the front row off the edge guard of Paolicelli.
I think Paolicelli's got to go more left foot to Summers there.
And too much Alshon again as he's making his presence felt there in the middle, trying to speed things up.
It's the same sequence that we saw before. So Paolicelli again going out wide to Summers, which allows Summers to create the wider angle back. That keeps Querrey out of it, and when the pressure does come too much, he has to go down the line, giving that only attempt for Alshon.
Yeah, and right now Alshon shaking his head. I think he knows he needs to drop that third to Paolicelli and see what's going to happen. Gets another ball up on that forehand. Puts it away in a 9-5 lead for Bay Area. Trying to take a 2-1 lead here.
Good aggression there again from Alshon.
In my opinion, the problem right here is Summers and Paolicelli. Summers is putting stuff on her ball, on her dink. She's speeding up at the right time. Paolicelli, straight defensive mode. She's pushing back every dink, and it's not creating anything.
Yeah, she's not applying any pressure to Summers. But if you also take a look at the positioning between the two guys, Alshon is splitting that center line where Querrey's kind of even half a step away from the center line with that right foot. So he's giving Summers a little bit more of a larger area to put that pressure on Paolicelli, where Alshon is cutting down the area for Paolicelli to hit.
All right, so we'll change ends here. Bay Area 11-5 lead on DC. We'll see if the end change is good for the DC pickleball team. Oh, and off the tape, getting the roll is Bay Area, and they continue to add to their lead.
Nice ball there from Summers. As we see Querrey try to step to the middle and be big, she goes back behind him.
Alshon again, getting big in the middle. I like it. Make a mistake, so what? He's been successful more than he hasn't.
And you've got the room to be aggressive right now.
Oh, nice try from Paolicelli. Here we go. Now that's what we got to see a little more of from Paolicelli, taking the initiative. Alshon just recognizing where Paolicelli and Querrey were on the court.
Querrey needed to take that ball right here and go back cross court, not middle.
Yeah, she's seen it once already. She made the adjustment quickly.
He did not disguise that one, though.
No.
Ball's just deep.
But that's a much better job by Paolicelli. She split one in the middle, sped it up a little bit, not 100%, but forced some action.
Another good spot there from Summers. I think Querrey's just not quite recognizing those balls off the paddle. The anticipation factor is not quite there. That's part of being an aggressive guy in the middle. You got to be able to read the paddle, anticipate when it's going to go behind you.
There's a nice ball by Querrey. They'll get the side out, but they do have some work to do here on their serve. Down by 7. Can't get all of them back on 1 point.
No.
And he's trying to right there. I like the first one, right? First drive. Now step into the next one, drop it in, and get into the point.
17-9.
Good talk by Querrey on the second overhead. Puts that away, but still a 7-point deficit for DC.
Ooh, yeah, trouble.
You saw that coming, shot before.
Querrey almost got that ball in the face from Paolicelli.
18-10.
Even half the side of the court open. Flick. Yeah.
Alshon taking over right now. 9-point lead for Bay Area. Looking to go up 2-1 here, heading into the last mixed doubles matchup. Avoiding the kitchen right there. Will be a game point for Bay Area here, up by 10.
How about Summers getting in the action right there as well, taking some calculated risks and speeding up some good balls.
Yeah, I like the adjustment she made. As soon as she saw Paolicelli was going to start playing a little faster paced, she answered. And Chad, this is a big hole for DC to dig out of. What do they got to do to try and mount a comeback? Although, Chad, we have seen comebacks like this with the rally scoring.
We have seen comebacks like this before. The only way to really get into this right now, or get back into this, you said it before that Querrey's trying to get all the points back on one swing. Yes, be aggressive. Yes, take the middle, but don't try to create something from nothing. Maybe take a step back away from the kitchen line. Give yourself a little bit more reaction time. You know Alshon and Summers are going to be aggressive right here, try to keep the ball down and disrupt their timing and gain some rhythm yourself.
20-10 game point here for Bay Area. They are frozen. That'll do it. 21-10. Bay Area cruising in this first mixed doubles matchup. What was the difference for Alshon and Summers in this match, Chad, to go and take a commanding 21-10 victory?
Alshon played under control, but played aggressively. But I think the big difference there in that one was actually Summers. She was the one that was creating the opportunities. She was hitting those deeper penetrating dinks in the cross court, forcing the mistake from Paolicelli that Alshon took advantage of a couple of times. But then also, once they got that lead, she started putting the pressure on as well. She went behind Querrey a couple of times, really challenged his hands. I mean, fantastic all-around effort from both those players right there.
All right, we'll kick it down to Cameron Blackwood, who is with our winners.
Christian, you and Rachel came out firing. You had a big lead from the start. You kept the lead the entire time. Talk to me about how you were able to switch your mentality, going from losing in men's, but then coming and winning in mixed.
I was just trying to channel the rage because I get pretty upset if I lose, like most of us athletes, but it was good. I was trying to be aggressive but not too aggressive, and Rachel and I, we played well.
And Rachel, you were having a lot of success on those speed ups. What were you seeing on the other side of the court to pull the trigger?
Honestly, just lots of patience with dinking cross court, opening up the court, and then pulling the trigger and being ready for it to come back, because it came back every time.
There you have it. We have our next mixed doubles match coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Match point, it's all up to me. Nothing can get in my way. And when they ask, what are you gonna do next? I'll say, I'm going.
We're going to Margaritaville!
You can go to Margaritaville too. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
Just like my mama said, hard times and the good way that you're born. Hustler, when the world wants you to sing a swill, I ain't gonna go.
Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs and 95 calories.
Oh my good Lord, what a feeling. All of this joy I've been stealing. We all need someone that can make us believe. So call me a man on a mission. I'm guilty by my own admission. Locked up but I break free. No chains could ever take me. Can't stop, won't stop, don't stop now.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game, because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
Welcome back to Mesa, Arizona, kicking off the 2023 MLP season. It's been a good one so far, as we have a dance-off right now. Annalie Waters is in the middle of all of it. I have Steven Waters over here on the sideline closing his eyes. He does not want to watch his daughter dance like this. But hey, checking that out on the Michelob Ultra Joy Cam, as Annalie just breaking it down right now. We do not know the masked man she's going up against, but I'm going to say Annalie is winning right now, as she usually does. She is dominating out there on court, and now in the bleachers in a dance-off.
Caitlin Kerr in the mix right there. Our hype lady extraordinaire, also one of the owners of the Las Vegas Night Owls.
Oh no, Annalie's now singing too, so she's rapping, dancing, and dominating on court. We'll see what her and the Fives can do starting tomorrow on court. But right now, before any of that, one more mixed doubles matchup here, Chad. Bay Area and DC. Radzikowska and Tellez trying to end it here in the mixed doubles. Bates and Auvergne are trying to force the Dreambreaker. Quick predictions, Chad, and thoughts on this match?
Well, obviously, Bates and Auvergne really need this one to try to force that Dreambreaker. I think for Radzikowska and Tellez, controlled aggression like we saw from Alshon and Summers. Yeah.
You say Ocean?
I said Ocean.
And that ball a little long there from Tellez.
I can get away with saying stuff wrong with an accent. Sometimes.
And he's right, ladies and gentlemen. The 1-0 lead here. Make that 2-0 here for DC.
When we saw them earlier this morning, Auvergne and Bates played extremely well. Yeah,
and that is Stefan Auvergne taking control there. Big forehand. 3-0 lead quickly.
Did you see the route that Bates took right there? It's a big banana route running to the sideline, give Auvergne some plenty of space.
Tellez keeps that in right there.
That looked like it was coming off the paddle way harder than it actually did. Can't fault Bates for thinking that one was going to go wide.
Nice ball by Bates, keeping that low, right? And that's how you eliminate a poach like that from Tellez coming in and pinching. Keep it down at his feet. Very hard to control that ball.
Good leave there from Bates. Tellez is crazy good when he gets that rhythm going, but has a tendency to spray a lot of balls.
That around the post was so wide open for Radzikowska as Bates really gets into this backhand roll. The court's so open.
Two-hand backhand down the line from Radzikowska. Let's take another look at it here. Just inside the line.
Bates playing dodgeball against Tellez right now as he's trying to body her up.
Hey, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a pickleball. Yeah, good drive, good step in there from Auvergne.
And we've seen Stefan Auvergne over the past year really become a great player and an aggressive player using that big lefty forehand.
Nice movement from Auvergne. Auvergne actually stepped on Bates at the beginning of that point. We saw one of our matches earlier, Rob Cassidy stepping on the foot of Olivia McMillan and taking her down.
And there's Radzikowska doing exactly what Bates did to Tellez and keeping that ball down, not allowing Auvergne to get on top.
Added grunt there for some additional power from Tellez.
Wow, what a point construction there from Shelby Bates as she pulled Tellez to the middle here and finds the sideline. Nice defense from Bates, but Auvergne can't dig that last one out as Bay Area stays within 2.
Good spot there from Auvergne. Tellez trying to come up and put pressure on, but opening up the feet as the target for Auvern's forehand.
Yeah,
one too many times.
Yeah, I think she needs to go right foot of Radzikowska there instead of trying to continue to go tight to that sideline. Bates, I don't know if it was there or not, but definitely didn't let it drop.
No, I think she kind of freaked out a little bit there, not knowing her exact positioning on the court.
Nice inside. What an inside out there from Auvergne. And we will change ends here. 11-9 lead here for DC. Could have had an 11-7 lead. Allowed Bay Area to get back in. But what's going to be the difference maker here for Chad as they do have a 2-point lead here and need this match to force the Dreambreaker.
You know, Tellez is trying to be aggressive. He needs to be aggressive, take a lot of court and go middle. But they need to recognize, like Auvergne did on that last point, when Tellez comes over too far, you don't have to be aggressive on that one. Just create a good angle back out wide and keep him honest. Now that gives you the ability to go at Radzikowska. I think on the flip side, Radzikowska and Tellez right here. Tellez needs to tame down the movement a little bit.
Awesome. We have some amazing fans. Thank you all for coming out to Major League Pickleball.
As we come back from this end change, DC up by 2. Shelby Bates to serve.
A little too much there from Auvergne.
Almost a little late on that ball. Good speed up there. Wow, that was almost a major collision in the middle here, or on the left side from Bates and Auvergne. But a good start on the end change for Bay Area. He mishit the heck out of the one off the edge guard.
So much spin on it. Good job from Tellez getting that in. But yeah, that's what Auvergne has to be careful of, right? Not trying to add too much power. Good reach in and good spot there from Tellez.
Tied here at 12. That's a good spot there from Bates going behind Tellez right there.
Hit your shots.
13-12.
Bates not quite able to dig that one out. All tied again at 13s now. Oh, too big from Bates. That ball was a sitter and she took a big backswing, dumped it straight down into the net.
14-13.
A little help from the net.
That's going to help a lot right here. A 2-point lead here late is huge, as DC senses that and calls the timeout right away. Chad, I love the timeout here from DC because they've been inching along ever since we switched ends here. They call that timeout to slow the momentum down. What are you talking to DC about here to try and get that momentum back? They had it on the end change.
Well, it's a 4-point swing from Radzikowska and Tellez. They were down by 2, now up by 2. And most of that has come from Auvergne trying to do too much. They were in control. They were, well, he was putting good pressure on, but then we saw him get a little too big. Some of those balls sprayed. And then Tellez and Radzikowska were able to control theirs a little bit and get some good reach-ins and speed-ups.
Wow, big statement here. St. Louis Shop is going to win it all.
That is Radzikowska to serve up by 2, trying to end it here in mixed doubles. Stefan Auvergne, Pablo Tellez going at it toe-to-toe at the kitchen line.
Exactly right, Stefan.
Auvergne coming out on top.
14-15.
A good deep return. Tellez trying to rush, Auvergne trying to rush that drive.
Again, it's keeping that ball down at the feet of Tellez.
15-16.
Oh, off of Auvern's paddle. That ball was going out.
I think he's trying to get his paddle down, just couldn't get it down fast enough.
17. 17-15.
Nice angle there from Auvergne, finally able to put it away, but some great defense from Radzikowska and Tellez.
But he put it away with a slower ball.
We talk about change-ups all the time, right? Changing that speed. Two let cords back to back. Radzikowska gives one to Auvergne. Auvergne gives it right back. All tied up now at 17.
Oh, almost jumped up and over.
From up here, it looked like it was going over, but does not. And Bates and Auvergne and DC take a 1-point lead here.
18-17.
Wow, and I think the pressure was brought on by Bates taking that let cord out of the air. She did not let it settle, did not let Tellez and Radzikowska set up.
Well, I think if she lets that bounce, it's got so much spin on it, she's not going to catch up to it anyway.
Oh, Stefan Auvergne finally able to get out of the way there. And they have a game point here. 2017 to force a Dreambreaker.
Oh, he was sitting on it, but his body was moving toward the line. Good spot there from Tellez. Both teams frozen now. Side out scoring. Ooh. It was a good setup, but he went for too much.
Game point number 2 for DC.
20-18.
Oh, nice hands from Bates on the sideline to keep him in it, and then the let cord winner. Chad, we get our first Dreambreaker of the day.
It's a Dreambreaker.
Here we go on championship court. DC and Bay Area. DC fighting for their life right here. They needed that so bad. Bay Area wants to go 3-0 and set themselves up nicely going into tomorrow. But what a match. 21-10. Bates and Auvergne and DC come out on top.
AJ Kohler on screen, right there in the paint. Take a look at Shelby Bates coming over.
That is. We are looking to shoot it down a sideline. And we have Cameron Blackwood, who is sideline, with Shelby Bates and Stefan Auvergne. Take it away, Cam.
So, Stefan, usually we see both the guys playing on the left side in mixed doubles, but not the case today with the two lefties. How does that change the strategy in a mixed doubles match like this?
I mean, it definitely changes the patterns, but I definitely like the hands battle, and I like going head-on with Pablo, so it's perfect.
You guys had a close, tight match at the end. How were you able to close it out and force this into a Dreambreaker?
I thrive on this. I love this energy. I love the team atmosphere, and I just got really aggressive, big with Stefan, and we were ready for it.
There you guys have it. We are headed into a Dreambreaker. We cannot wait for this. Back up to you, Dom.
All right, Bay Area Breakers DC Pickleball Team going to the Dreambreaker. Chad, now this is where it gets interesting. It's the setup here. Whoever can set their lineup first has almost a very huge advantage going into this, correct?
Correct, but I will say that I am favoring Bay Area in the Dreambreaker right now. You've got three accomplished singles players in Radzikowska, Tellez, and Alshon. DC not as known for their singles players here. Querrey making his debut a couple of weeks ago in pro singles. Bates dabbles in singles occasionally, but Paolicelli not as much, and Auvergne the same thing. So it'll definitely be interesting to see how DC sets their lineup.
So first matchup, Chad, Auvergne and Tellez, as we're hearing from courtside. So Sam Querrey will go second.
We take a look at AJ Kola, Irina Terashenko, Jesse Irvine, and Dom is blocking my screen. And Lindsay Newman. All the Premier teams been out practicing today.
All right, we are all set now for our lineup for singles for Bay Area and DC. So Bay Area and DC going in the Dreambreaker, it'll be Tellez and Auvergne, and then it'll be Alshon and Querrey, followed by Radzikowska and Bates, and then the fourth and final matchup will be Rachel Summers and Monica Paolicelli. So it is all set. As you see Steve Kuhn's brother Al talking with Brandon Itzikpal as they are sitting sideline watching this matchup. But Chad, lineups are set. It's the men versus the women, so nothing really out of the ordinary here. But you're giving the advantage a little bit here, you said, to Bay Area.
Definitely with the lineup the way it's set.
This is a very tough lineup for Bay Area.
And I will probably say the closest matchups here are going to be Tellez and Auvergne, Summers and Paolicelli. But I think Alshon just going to be a little too strong for Querrey and Radzikowska for Bates. That's where Bay Area is going to pick up, or look to pick up, the majority of their points here in this one.
As these gentlemen finish their warm-up, we look to be about ready to go. Pablo Tellez will be serving to Stefan Auvergne to kick us off here in the Dreambreaker.
For those of you that haven't seen the Dreambreaker before, each player in that lineup will play 4 points, win or lose, and rotate around. Scoring remains the same.
Good start there for Auvergne. Tellez is a very polished singles player.
That ball staying up just a little too high there off the Auvergne drive. Tellez getting on top of it, putting it down at the feet. Oh, Tellez missing a sitter. I thought Auvergne had left himself in some serious trouble flicking that ball up high.
Oh, well, Auvergne comes out on top here, 3-1, something we didn't see or expect here in the beginning of this Dreambreaker.
Little unexpected. Tellez, I'm sure, will make his adjustment second time around. Typically, we'll see the first and second players in the lineup get 3 shots at their rotation. That ball just a little wide from Querrey.
Good leave there from Alshon. That ball was close. That's a nice return from Sam Querrey, pushing Alshon back behind that baseline.
Yeah, good deep return on the backhand side. Alshon trying to run around that inside out drop to the backhand side of Querrey. See Querrey do the same thing, but up to go down the line. The downside there is he opened the court up greatly for the Alshon cross court. Oh, nice angle.
Wow, nice ball there from Alshon as he will even things up at 4, heading into our women's side of things, where it'll be Shelby Bates taking on Radzikowska.
And Radzikowska has won a couple of medals on the singles side on the Pro Tour.
That's a nice cross-court drop there from Shelby Bates as she keeps things even here at 5.
Radzikowska just not able to catch up to that one with the spin. And just a little wide there off the backhand of Bates.
So Bates gonna try and keep this even here at 6s. Heading into Summers and Paolicelli. That's a nice ball down the line from Shelby Bates, Chad.
Yeah, and Radzikowska mishit that one, leaving it short. Bates stepping up, taking that straight down the line with a little bit of shape. Set up there from Paolicelli. Just smooth, relaxed.
No pressure.
No, I'm just creating an angle. And that ball sailed on her a little bit. We saw her stand straight up and kind of just flick at that one.
Summers, I think, saying the ball is cracked. She'll bring it over. It is. We are all square here at 7. Great job, though, Chad, here from DC early is staying in this. We thought Bay Area had a huge advantage. So that all started with Stefan Auvergne going 3-1.
That ball just wide. Good forehand cross court from Summers, pulling Paolicelli out wide.
Summers goes 3-1. And a 9-7 lead here for Bay Area. But if I'm DC, I take that right now and say, okay, we're in this still after the first round.
Miss serve. Tellez feeling the pressure a little bit. And that ball's deep too, so
Auvergne just handling himself right now as he's gone 5-1 against Tellez so far. Make it 6-1, and Auvergne looking good here, and he gives DC the lead. That's Good control there from Tellez as he finally gets back on the board, but Auvergne going 3-1 both times against Tellez. All square here at 10. That's a nice ball from Sam Querrey. A little backhand punch.
Yeah, just a little pop in the back corner there. Alshon thinking he's going to go cross court with it.
We'll change ends here. At DC with an 11-10 lead, Chad. Feeling good right now, sitting in the driver's seat on the end change.
We take another look at Jesse Auvergne and Lindsay Newman. Querrey wants that one back. He had the cross court open. Alshon was scrambling. And we see Millie Rain and Georgia Johnson. Oh, what? Yeah.
Not the time for that. Not at all. I don't understand the reason for that at that point unless he felt like he was out of position.
No, he paused to be able to hit that tweener there. But Querrey gives him a free point back.
So they go 2-2 in that round. That'll mean DC and Bay Area all tied up, but unforced error there from Bates will give Bay Area 1 point lead.
Oh, she had it wide open. She set it up perfectly with that shorter ball to the backhand side of Bates.
A little long from Bates. I like the control. But it's Bay Area with a 1 point lead.
Ball wide again there from Bates. Tough to go baseline battle with Radzikowska.
So back on the bottom side now. Summers went 3-1 against Paolicelli the first time. A little wide there from Summers, and Paolicelli strikes first here.
Good ball from Summers. She took it early. Paolicelli was kind of just walking forward, allowing Summers to get that ball behind her.
She tried to aim it.
Yeah, she came up on that one, didn't stay down through the whole stroke.
15-16.
Good get from Summers, a good spot to create that pop-up from Paolicelli.
So we're back on top, Tellez and Auvergne. Auvergne has been in control. He's 6-2 so far in 2 rounds. Needs some here.
Ball's now, the wind is behind him now. Think of Vern thinking about challenging it.
all players on Bay Area are like, no, that was way out.
That was out.
That was way out.
DC's like, yeah, that was out.
Yeah.
Nice inside out forehand there for Pablo Tellez.
So a 19-15 lead here for Bay Area.
That ball stayed down. Tellez trying to rush it. So we take a look at the DC players. A little tense. Tellez running Auvergne all over the court there.
Well, it is all up to Sam Querrey here to keep DC in it. Christian Alshon can end it. They are frozen on 20.
I thought that ball was just going to dribble over. See Michelle Esquivel.
Rob Cassidy sitting there, trying to stay warm. Getting cooler out. Oh, and Querrey trying to go down the line. Another opportunity here for Bay Area to end it.
Alshon came up on that one as well. Crowded himself over the top of that ball. DC's not out of it yet. Both teams frozen. Oh, nice.
Querrey going backside there on Alshon. Great ball by Sam Querrey. And we will head to the women's side of singles here as Querrey goes 3-1 there to keep his team in it. And it is a 19-20 Dreambreaker. Bates trying to tie it up here. Oh, what a ball! Oh my goodness, Chad. It was all but over.
Pressure.
Bay Area had the lead 2016, but we are all tied at 20.
Oh, Bates scrambling, but just too good from Radzikowska with the angles.
She had Bates all over the court on that point. But again, rally scoring, or excuse me, side out scoring the rest of the way at 20-20.
Oh, she overran it. I think Bates even caught her leg there as she was coming through to hit that backhand.
A timeout here from DC as it'll be match point on the paddle of Radzikowska when we come back in. So Bates calling that timeout on her own, stopping everything. It's 21-20. Trying to get it to Summers and Paolicelli is Shelby Bates. But what she need to do here, because Radzikowska's had her on the run, Chad.
Yeah, she's got to hit that deep return. We saw a couple of them stay down on Radzikowska. She wasn't able to pick it up and create the angles. But if she doesn't get that deep return, Radzikowska's going to take advantage of it and start moving Bates around.
Taping out, and it'll be Bay Area with a 22-20 victory here in the Dreambreaker. Bay Area sitting pretty, Chad, 3-0. DC's gonna have to have some numbers go their way, ending up 1-2 to see if they move on to tomorrow. But what'd you look at in that Dreambreaker there, Chad?
Yeah, just a couple of costly errors from DC, giving Bay Area that 4-point lead going into the end there. They kept battling, brought it back 20 apiece. But like we predicted at the beginning, Bay Area just a little too strong on the single side. And that's where, when you come down to choosing those teams, the Dreambreaker plays a big part of it, and those singles plays.
No, it absolutely does, and Bay Area proved it, but a great run there from DC in staying in that 22-20, but we'll throw it down courtside. Cameron Blackwood is with our winners, the 3-0 Bay Area Breakers.
Yes, Pablo, a little bit of a slower start. Stefan was getting the better of you, but you're able to change it around. How?
Just trying to keep going for my shots. Eventually they start going in, so.
You guys went 3-0 today, Eva. How special is this team?
Oh my God! I mean, how much time do we have? Okay, because I could keep on talking and talking. No, it's been an amazing day for us. You know, I don't think we've ever played together. You know, at any of the tournaments. You know, to come together and finish strong like that, it's been like a perfect first day.
What is tonight looking like? What's the recovery for tomorrow?
Foam roll, stretch, food. That's it.
Rachel, any words going in? How much does this win and going 3-0 today lead you into the rest of this weekend?
Yeah, huge start for us. We'll keep going for the rest of the weekend. Hopefully we can get to Sunday.
There you have it. The Bay Area Breakers go 3-0 today. Back to you guys.
All right, so Bay Area goes 3-0 on the day. They are sitting pretty for tomorrow. We'll take a break here on Championship Court. It is Brooklyn and Atlanta coming at you next here on Championship Court to finish out our day on day one of the first stop of the 2023 MLP season.